Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and welcome to APW Breaks. Today, we are going to be breaking a full case of Topps 2026 Flagship Football. Uh, we are breaking the hobby boxes, which are 20 packs per box. Um, and then there are 12 boxes for the case. So strap in. This one's going to be pretty long. Um, this is not my typical format. This is a pick your team break where everybody paid for the team that they wanted at a adjusted price based off of the pull rates and the checklist compared to what I typically run, uh, which is a random draft format where everybody pays the same price and then we draft teams in a randomly decided order. All right, as per usual, we're going to keep all of the silver packs for the end. And I'm going to bulk rip these packs going through the stacks. We will likely take a short break halfway through, just so that way I can clean up my ripping space, clear some space, because there's a lot of base that's going to come out of 12 hobby boxes. All right. So I'll go kind of slow through the first few packs, and then later I'm just going to kind of skim through and find inserts, major rookies, and the hits. All right, Michael Penix Jr., Kobe Bryant, Jalen Waddle, Jimmy Horn, Luke McCaffrey, J.C. Horn, Christian Watson, Deion Burks, Carnell Tate, Nick Singleton, Oronde Gadsden, Bijan Robinson, Bengals Shred, Javonte Williams, Jaden Daniels, Ragin Bills, Cooper DeJean, Xavier Legette, Anthony Smith, Aaron Morton, Sonny Styles, and then behind that we have our first insert. This is the Admit One. I think this is the big ticket players insert. That one is for Travis Hunter and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Chuba Hubbard, Trayvon Henderson, J.J. McCarthy, Jamar Chase, Danielle Hunter, Jonathan Taylor. There's the sack leaders card, Ricky Purcell, Caden Wetjen, Vivian Terrell, Seth McGowan, Tyler Shaw, Chef, I'm not sure, AJ Turrell Jr., AFC sack leaders, Cameron Jordan, Trey McBride, getting some Seattle Seahawks love, Buda Baker, Joe Thuney. And then we have a player profiles by Kyle Brandt. So these are cards that are shot. Pictures are shot by Kyle Brandt. That one's for the Niners. DJ Moore, Chris Jones, Jack Campbell, Carson Beck, Makai Lemon, Omar Cooper Jr. It's the all rookie team. That is the first stack. So if you've never ripped this product before, it's very similar in the way the baseball packs are set up. We will be getting one auto or relic per box. In my experience, at least with baseball, when you're doing these cases, they don't tend to fall 1-to-1. It's usually about 4 autos, 8 relics. So we will see how we fare. All right, let's get that focus going. Vita Vea, former UW. Player Zion Young, Francis, Adam Randall. Then we have a gold parallel. This is numbered out of 226 for Jalen Walker and the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons were purchased by Steve Langford through the Discord. So he will get that one in his package. As far as shipping goes, also, I just want to give everybody a heads up that I'm going to be on vacation for a week starting next week. There's Gurmy Bernard, Emmett Johnson, Ty Simpson. And so shipping might come out a little later than it normally would at the end of the month just because I'll be gone for a week and I won't have an opportunity to sort all of these immediately. All right, Carnell Tate. This is the 1991 insert. Witherspoon, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Caleb Douglas, rookie. Eli Stowers, Malachi Fields. Gino, Josh Cameron, CJ Williams. We have a 2025 greatest hits for Brock Purdy and the 49ers. See, when does greatest hits? Greatest hits falls about one per box. 1 or 2 per boxes every 17 packs. Logan Jones, Kalon Black, TJ Parker. And here is our hit for the box. It is an Antoine Wells Jr. 1991 auto. This is a sticker auto. It's a green parallel. So it is numbered out of 99. That one is going to the New York Giants, which is You Sexy Man is Sexy from Reddit. Congrats on the first hit of the day. Logan Jones, Kalon Black. Oh, wait, these are the ones I already went through. Apologies. Lost track of my stacks. Gurmy Bernard, Emmett Johnson, Ty Simpson. Zion Young. This also looks like... Did I... Hold on. I think I got lost. Maybe not. Okay. Believe that is all of the base coming out of that. All right. Don't usually break before noon on a weekend, but the kids and my wife are out of town, so I have the space to be doing this before vacation instead of pushing this break all the way out until the start of till September. Chris Bell, Jeremiah Love, Drew Alar. And we have a Ring of Honor insert. This one is Von Miller. The Ring of Honor cards fall 1 in every 85 packs. So that's about 1 in every 4 boxes. So you're probably going to get 3 of those per case. One's going to the Broncos, which is Maiden 75. Akeem Messidor, Skylar Bell. We have an Isaiah Bond. This appears to be just the rainbow foil insert. That one's going to come basically really 1 in every 41. All right. That seems off. 1 in every 41 packs. All right, Anthony Hill Jr., Lewis Bond, Malachi Lawrence. There's a Drake London, 1991. Chris McClellan, Kobe Young, Colton Hood. Oh, thank you, Carlin. It's Duplo, actually, just because they're bigger. Cole Payton, Ruben Bain Jr., Monroe Freeling. It's the benefit of my kids graduating up to real Lego is I can steal all of their Duplo for card display purposes. All right, Kaleon Black with the 1991 insert. All right, now on to Last 5 packs of box number 1. Curious to see how many cards are on card autos. There's Derek Moore, Olai Bavega Ione, Brandon Cease, Caleb Williams, player profiles. Caleb Williams, sorry. Kendrick Law, Spencer Fano, Mike Washington Jr. It's interesting that they seem to have all of the rookies grouped together. There is a rainbow foil of Will Johnson. Cade Klubnik, Ted Hurst, Caleb Downs. Then a 2025 All-Tops team for Cameron Dicker. All-Tops team is going to be falling about 1 in every 22. So you'll get one. You'll probably see one in every box, but we will see. Antonio Williams, Denzel Boston, Demond Claiborne. Danny Dennis Sutton, Jam Miller, Kenyon Sadiq. There's a Saquon Barkley, 1991. And then the last 2 cards rounded out. Number 2. Silver packs are generally chrome cards. For the most part, they tend to be they're going to be chrome versions of these 1991 cards. Sometimes they can contain parallels, sometimes they will have autos, but usually they are 4 chrome 1991 inserts. And I just noticed it seems like Topps is finally... there's Emmanuel Henderson Jr., Max Clare, Brennan Thompson. Seems like Topps is finally starting to publish odds on those cards, which they haven't in the past. Bryce Buttiker, Varian Brown, Eli Heidenreich, Jacoby Lane, David Bailey. Whoop. Touchdown. This one is for Sean Taylor. It's going to be going to the Commanders for Say Word. That is a short printed insert. This one is 1 in 603. 603 packs. So we are going to be seeing this one every 30 boxes. That is a great hit. It feels a lot nicer than the other cards too. It's a lot thicker relatively. So congrats on that one, Carlin. Jerry Jeudy. Caden McDonald. Fernando Mendoza. Jordan Tyson. Got a 1991 Nick Singleton insert. Reggie Virgil, Jacob Rodriguez, Dylan Tyneman. Touchdown card also has a nice foil finish to it as well, so looks nice under the light. Gotta appreciate Sean Taylor as a Seahawks fan, because without Sean Taylor, there's no Cam Chancellor. Starting the big, strong safety trend. Omar Cooper Jr., Dejon Stribling, Keldrick Falk. And we have a Jadarian Price rookie. This one is a gold. So this one's numbered out of 226. It's going to the Seahawks, which is me. Yay! All right, Jonah Coleman, Carson Beck, Mekhi Lemon. Then we have another shorter printed insert. This is Divisional Dominance for Ramondre Stevenson of the New England Patriots. It is numbered, it's a bookend, numbered out of 99, so it's a green parallel. You can see it's a bookend, so it's number 1 of 99. First off the line, Divisional Dominance is 1 in every 240 packs, 244. So this is a true case hit. You're looking at maybe 1 in every single case. The Patriots are going to user Lisa Ann's stepson from Reddit. Arvell Reese, Kevin Coleman, Casey Concepcion, Brees Hall. Cassius Howell, Davison, Igbinison, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1991 insert. And Romello Height, Eli Raridon, Blake Miller. And then we've got our hit. So it is a parallel. It's a blue parallel out of 150. It is a Quinshon Judkins NFL Stars autograph card, numbered out of 150. It is a sticker auto going to the Cleveland Browns, which were bought by Seth on the Discord. Surprise, 2 boxes in, and we have 2 straight autos. So baseball, I would have expected that we were at 2 straight relics. So for those of you watching, I did manage to get some jumbo boxes for on Friday's release through some folks. So I will be offering another break of this, maybe 2, because it's either 6 or 8 boxes. And so I would highly recommend, if you are not a part of it already, Monroe Freeling, Chris McClellan, Colby Young, and Jaden Daniels 1991. If you're not a part of our Discord server, to join up, because I will be advertising those breaks there first before I would advertise them on Reddit. All right, Nick Singleton, Cole Payton, Reuben Bain Jr. Then we've got an Aaron Jones Sr. This is a rainbow foil. Then a Sonny Styles, a Deion Burks, Carnell Tate, then Max Clar, rookie, 1991 insert. Followed by Seth McGowan, Anthony Smith, Baron Morton, Zay Flowers, Chris Johnson II, Caden Wetjen, Avion Terrell, and then a 2025 Greatest Hits for Baker Mayfield. And that. Katron Allen, Elijah Surratt, Peter Woods, the Cole Payton 1991 insert. 91 is definitely the ones we're going to be seeing the most if you're not familiar. Caleb Banks, Zachariah Branch, Talon Green, they hit about 1 in every 9 packs. Carson Beck, Rainbow Foil, even though it certainly seems like they hit far more often than that. Savion Thomas, Tyler Onyedim, Caden Proctor. Ooh, wow. Same box. 2 different divisional dominances cards. This one is Puka Nacua. I'm going to be putting up basically anything that's an auto, a relic, or short printed card numbered under 100. Mansour Delane, CJ Daniels, Cyrus Allen. Chris Brazel II, Jadarian Price, Garrett Nussmeier, Derrick Henry, not admit one, it's the big ticket players. And that is box number 2. Thus far, I believe the auto is hit in the bottom right stack. All right, watch got caught on my charging cable. Through the first 2 boxes, this stack, which is the bottom right stack when you're looking at the box with Mendoza upright, that's where the auto seems to have been in every single one of these. That said, you can test it out if you go and buy single packs at your local hobby shop. But it seems, at least in my experience, that this tends to only correlate across a single case. So if you know where the first auto is in a case, you can up your chance of pulling an auto if you pull from the same stack from a box in that same case. TJ Parker, Josh Cameron, CJ Williams, Drew Allar, Logan Jones, Kalian Black. There's a Uchenna Nwosu, greatest hits for 2025. One's for the Seahawks. Skylar Bell. Nothing of note quite yet. Skylar Bell, Chris Bell, Jeremiah Love. Yes, nothing of note has hit for Miami as of yet. Malachi Lawrence, Akeem Messidor, Bryce Lance. There's a Christian McCaffrey, 2025. All Tops team. Colton Hood, Anthony Hill Jr., Lewis Bond. What's going on with Jacoby Brissett on that last one? Did I miss something? Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying. I just know sometimes I have a tendency to run through pretty quick, and it's possible. Usually it's hard to miss them, but sometimes I've missed golden mirrors before. Dylan Tyneman, Caden McDonald. This has also been where all of our gold cards have been this far. Monra St. Brown. Gold parallel at a 226. That one is going to Detroit, which is Dr. Nicewater off of Reddit. Oliva Vega, Ione, Brandon Cease, Reggie Virgil, and there's a Bryce Lance, 1991. It's a nice photo. Doesn't surprise me. Those touchdown cards are, I think they're very high valued, and they're short print. Spencer Fano, Mike Washington Jr., Derek Moore, Ted Hurst, Caleb Downs, Kendrick Law. Behind that, Ashton Gianti, player profiles. That one's going to Las Vegas Raiders. Of course, after I talk up where the autos are, oh, nope. Damon Claiborne, Cade Klubnik. We have, looks like it's a Steeler, Cameron Hayward with the 1991 Topps Football autograph. This is just the standard base version. One of the more common autos that you're going to be seeing out of this product is the 91 versions. That one's going to the Steelers. Purchased by DMX, 1970 off of on our Discord server. We might have to take a break after, just a real quick one after 3 boxes, because I drank too much coffee this morning and need to use the facilities. And once again, we're 3 boxes in, and we've got 3 autos. So this is definitely hitting better. Kenyon Sadiq, Antonio Williams, Denzel Boston. There's a Sam Darnold. Big ticket players. Adam Randall, Danny Dennis Sutton, Jam Miller. Ty Simpson, Zion Young, Francis Mawagoa. Nico Collins, 1991. Malachi Fields, Gurmy Bernard, Emmett Johnson. War Bernard, Caleb Douglas, Eli Stowers, and then an Adam Randall, 1991. And that's it on those. Yeah, it's always fun putting together one of the throwback insert sets, because I think there's 100 cards, especially if you have very fond memories of that particular style. Jadarian Price, Garrett Nussmeier, a greatest hits for Colston Loveland. I believe this is the Bears. Yep, for 2025. Emmanuel Henderson Jr., Max Clare, Brennan Thompson. A Zay Flowers rainbow foil for the Ravens. Bryce Buttaker, Varian Brown, Eli Heidenreich, and a Garrett Wilson big ticket players. Jacoby Lane, David Bailey, Athen, Kaliak Manis. Apologize as I struggle through some of these names. Caleb Banks, Fernando Mendoza, Jordan Tyson, and a Jackson Dart, 1991. And that rounds out this box. All right, I am going to need about 60 seconds. Get a drink of water. Do what you need to do. I am going to go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right, I am here. I will say, even though I do not have any desire to put the effort into doing this, I see one benefit of father and son, Matt, as you may know him on our Discord, of monetizing his channel. It's that you get to decide when the ad breaks are, and you can take those little pauses in your streams a bit more graciously than I was able to. All right, box number 4. We are a quarter of the way through. So, that's any indication of the timing on this whole thing. Expect that we will be ripping for about 2 hours. Finishing around 1 o'clock. Yeah, Gary, I will likely be doing the jumbo boxes in pick your team format. I think it's preferable to a lot of people, and we don't have a large enough football base, I think, in the Discord to really get the to really be able to float a random draft order. Seth McGowan, Anthony Smith, Baron Morton. I really like the random draft order just because it makes pricing easier on my end, and it makes pricing easier on my end. Chris Johnson, Caden Wetjen, Avion Terrell, and then a Jordan Love player profiles. Makes it easier on my end, and the draft is always kind of fun. Omar Cooper Jr., Dejon Stribling, Kendrick Falk, but I also understand why some folks do not like random order. Jonah Coleman, Carson Beck, Makai Lemon. Then we've got a Michael Wilson, 2025 greatest hits. I'm not sure yet when I'm going to post that. It'll be probably in the next week. I need to coordinate shipping and paying back the guys that were able to get it for me. Marvell Reese, Kevin Coleman Jr., Casey Concepcion. I actually was not able to be there for that drop because I had to euthanize my dog. Not to be a downer, sorry. And so I've got a few guys that are in the area that graciously went on and bought a few jumbos for me, but I need to coordinate getting those guys paid back and getting the boxes before I post, just because I don't want I don't want to be advertising something that I don't necessarily have in hand. So it'll probably be posted either next week or at the start of September. Malachi Lawrence, Akeem Messidor, Bryce Lance. Then Devonta Smith, big ticket players. Colton Hood, Anthony Hill Jr., Lewis Bond. Then an Aiden Hutchinson, rainbow foil. So let's see if we get another gold in this stack. Monroe Freeling, Chris McClellan, Colby Young. Another Jackson Dart, 1991. Oh. Nick Singleton, Cole Payton, Reuben Bain Jr. Sonny Styles, Deion Burks, Carnell Tate, and then a Jonah Coleman, 1991. Oh, and the streak is broken. No auto in that stack. I wonder if this is going to be our first box that pulls a relic instead of an auto. This is one of the fun things about being a breaker and opening a lot of product is you do get to start to see sort of how the collation ends up being for all these different products. Ted Hurst, Caleb Downs, Kendrick Law, Puka Nacua player profiles insert. Denzel Boston, Damon Claiborne, Cade Klubnik. Then a New England Patriots team card. That is the rainbow foil variation. Not variation, parallel. Jam Miller, Kenyon Sadiq, Antonio Williams. Then a Brian Burns 2025 All Tops team. Francis Mawigoa. Or is it Mawigoa? I don't know. Adam Randall. Danny Dennis Sutton. Emmett Johnson, Ty Simpson, Zion Young. Followed by a Caleb Williams, 1991. And the last things of note in that stack. Gary, I will let you know though. Typically, what we will do is when we have pick your team, I will post when it's going to open first, and then there will be a follow up, so you know when it's supposed to come, so you're not like getting blindsided by a 7 a.m. ping to claim teams. Eli Stowers, Malachi Fields, Grimmy Bernard. Then we've got a Caden Proctor gold. This one is numbered out of 2026. This one's going to the Dolphins. Who was it that was calling for? There's someone that was calling for Miami and whether or not we hit any Miami. But there is our first Miami card of note. CJ Williams, Earl Bernard, Caleb Douglas, Fernando Mendoza, 1991. Romo Dunze, Buda Baker. I'm always going to end up calling out some of the UW guys that are in the league now. Kaleon Black, TJ Parker, Josh Cameron, Drew Lar, Logan Jones. There's a Zach Charbonnet. Greatest Hits 2025. Chris Bell. And we have our first relic. It is Luther Burden III, player worn memorabilia. This is just the NFL material card. So this is the most. This is going to be the relic that you're going to see probably hit the most out of anything. Chicago Bears going to Golden Sombreros. And let's see if this fits in a 75 point. There we go. So, right now, the working theory on my collation for this case, at the very least, is autos are in the bottom right. If we don't pull anything in the bottom right, we are getting a relic in the top left. Me too. Gary, me too. So, easily my favorite. Like, if you ask me what my card, like, origination story is, it was me seeing the All Aces cards that came out in the 2023 set of Flagship Baseball. And I saw those cards, I was like, I need to collect every single one of these, which I eventually did. And then I sold my Shohei All Aces because it was insane, the pricing for a card that I got for $15. And then the stupid Topps decided to make them like one in every 4 cases, which I have not seen one since, despite the fact that I have probably ripped at least a dozen cases of Hobby Flagship. So, I'm really hoping we hit one. TJ Parker, Josh Cameron, CJ Williams. The odds should be in my favor at this point. Drew Alar, Logan Jones, Kaleon Black, though that's not how it works. Jamar Chase, 1991. Skylar Bell, Chris Bell, Jeremiah Love. Malachi Lawrence, Akeem Messidor, Bryce Lance. There's a Xavion Jones, 1991. Colton Hood, Anthony Hill Jr., Lewis Bond. Yeah. It's a connoisseur of cool decks of playing cards. Adding in the card collection factor, like, really did it up for me. I don't believe there's one for every QB. But I didn't check the list thoroughly. All right, well, we've got a gold in this stack, so maybe that means we're getting an auto. Jacob Rodriguez, Dylan Tyneman, Caden McDonald, and then we've got an AFC Sack Leaders gold card. This is out of 2026, so this is a good opportunity for me to let folks know what my policy is on multi-team cards. So if we're pulling a card like this where the dollar value is pretty low, I'm just going to randomly auction it off. By auction it off, I mean put it on a random wheel and spin it to determine who gets it. But if we were to pull like a dual auto or something, I would mediate between the folks that are involved that have the teams. And if one person wants to pay half of the fair market rate of like market cost of that card to the other person so that they can get it, they can. Otherwise, it goes to an eBay auction where you can buy it on the open market. Oliva Vega, Ione, Brandon Sis, Reggie Virgil. I can get into more detail if that happens. Drake May, player profiles. And when I'm sorting base, I usually just distribute them evenly. There's usually enough base for me to make sure everybody gets at least one of those cards so that they can complete their base set if that's what they're trying to do. Spencer Fano, Mike Washington Jr., Derek Moore. But let's see if this gold is a canary in the coal mine. Ted Hurst, Caleb Downs, Kendrick Law, Drake London, 1991. Damon Claiborne, Cade Klubnik. And then we have... Nope. All right, this is a field fit swatch for Drake May, the New England Patriots. This is the base version. These feel thicker. So, Pats, going to Lisa Ann's stepson from Reddit. Go. All right, so that busts my theory on the relics being in the top left stack. Still, have not yet gotten a hit out of stacks 1 and 3. I'm going to make use of my little fence up here. I'm going to put this one up here. Nope, too high. I want to put the Sean Taylor in a place of honor since it seems like it's the best hit thus far. Jadarian Price, Garrett Nussmeier, Mansour Delane, James Cook, 1991. Max Clark, Brennan Thompson, Chris Brazell II. And we've got an A.J. Brown, rainbow foil. One thing I do offer with Flagship that anybody is welcome to take me up on, just because it makes it easier on me, but no pressure, is if you do not want any base, or if you want some sort of modified version where you only get like one of the veterans and you get all of your rookie cards, whatever, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to sort those out for you. And any cards you decline, I will I put into packs that I give out on Halloween to kids. Varian Brown, Eli Heidenreich, Emmanuel Henderson, Eli Stowers, 1991. But you're all entitled to all of your cards if that's what you would like. David Bailey, Athen, Kalia McManus, Bryce Buttaker. Oh, well, we haven't really hit any big Raiders yet. Fernando Mendoza, Jordan Tyson, Jacoby Lane. Then there is a Ring of Honor for Tom Brady. Another one going to Lisa Ann's stepson, which I believe is a pornographic reference. I have not checked. Yeah, there's a reason why I think the Patriots were the second most expensive team after the Raiders. They're kind of the Yankees. Kenyon Sadiq, Antonio Williams, Denzel Boston, Dylan Tyneman, 1991. Adam Randall, Danny Dennis Sutton, Jam Miller, then Kendrick Law with the rainbow foil. Zion Young, Francis Mauigoa, Pat Certain the second, 2025 All Tops team. Malachi Fields, Grammy Bernard, Emmett Johnson. You know, sometimes when they hit, they hit. Bernard, Caleb Douglas, Eli Stowers, and then the last thing of note in this box is Christian Benford, 2025 Greatest Hits for the Bills. All right, we are on to box number 6. This is going to be the last box before. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the silver packs that we've opened up thus far for these first 6 boxes, and then we're going to take a short break so that I can clear some space of all of those base cards so that I've got more spots to kind of stack everything around. Because otherwise, I run the risk of toppling stuff. Which I don't want to do, because these are your people. All of your cards. Not mine, they're yours. I will leave all of the big hits up on the board, though. Well, we're only halfway done. There's plenty of break left. Caleb Downs, Kendrick Law, Spencer Fano, Cade Klubnik, Ted Hurst, Jared Goff, 1991, Kenyon Sadiq, Antonio Williams, Denzel Boston, Adam Randall, Danny Dennis Sutton, Jam Miller, Dejon Stribling, 1991. Ty Simpson, Zion Young, Francis Mauigoa. Tyler Onyedim, Caden Proctor, Caleb Banks. Then a Jatavion Sanders gold out of 226. So this is, nope, not a date. This one's going to the Panthers, which is Zaned 09. From the Discord, CJ Daniels, Cyrus Allen, Xavier Thomas. Then we've got a Myles Garrett, 2025 All-Tops team. Jadarian Price, Garrett Nussmeier, Mansour Delane, Max Clark, Brennan Thompson, Chris Brazil II, Jamar Chase, 1991. Eli Heidenreich, Manuel Henderson Jr. Then we have a DeMond Claiborne real one. This is a real one auto. Let's see, what's the real one autos? Real one rookie auto. This is the base version, which is numbered out of 250. It doesn't have the number on it, but they're numbered out of 250. They are sticker autos still, which is annoying, but that one is going to the Minnesota Vikings, which is user SkullWild55 from Reddit. Congrats on that PC hit. All right, halfway through, and we are hitting autos at a 67% clip, which is much better. It's about the inverse of what you get from the MLB product. We will see if that evens out, because if it were, we're getting nothing but relics for the rest of the break, which I really hope is not the case. Kevin Coleman Jr., Casey Concepcion, Jonah Coleman. There's James Cook, 1991. Cassius Howell, Davison Igbinosun, Arvil Reese. So Will Johnson, Rainbow Foil. Surprised we haven't hit very many other parallels. Sorry. Eli Raridan, Blake Miller, Malik Benson, Sonny Styles, 1991 for the Commanders. Elijah Sarrett, Peter Woods, Romello Height. Speak, and you shall get a green rainbow foil of Roquan Smith for the Baltimore Ravens. That one is going to user savings steps. Savings step 3113 from Reddit. Zachariah Branch, Taylon Green, Katron Allen, and then a Jahmyr Gibbs player profiles. And let's try this again. I'm surprised we haven't hit an All Kings card yet. Athen Kaliamanis, yeah. Bryce Bedeker, Barian Brown, Keldrick Falk, 1991. Jordan Tyson, Jacoby Lane, David Bailey. This is a Makai Lemon Rainbow Foil. Dylan Tyneman, Caden McDonald, Fernando Mendoza, Jameis Winston, Greatest Hits. Brandon Cease, Reggie Virgil, Jacob Rodriguez, Mike Washington Jr., Derek Moore, Oliva Vega, Ione, and then a Bucky Irving big ticket players. All right, well, that didn't work. All right, we are going to take a quick pause while I clear out this base just so... Actually, sorry. Forgot these. And then we'll take our quick pause after we do... All right, David Bailey, Reggie Virgil. We've got a J.J. McCarthy out of 150. That is the blue foil. This one's going to Minnesota Vikings, which are... Apologies for my charging cord fell out. Which is Skull Wild. Carnell Tate, Nick Singleton, Cole Payton, Justin Herbert, and Bijan Robinson. Oh, interesting. There's 5 in a pack. Malachi Lemon, Omar Cooper Jr., Dejon Stribling, Travis Hunter, Justin Jefferson. Adam Randall, Bryce Lance, Skylar Bell, Drake London, Saquon Barkley. There we go. Jordan Tyson, Jacoby Lane. Why are you backwards? Woo! New York Jets hitting. Bonus auto. We have an Omar Cooper Jr. Green. 1991 Chrome. Autograph. Let's see, what is this? What's the pull rate on these? I did not write them down. Good job. That one's going to the New York Jets, which is user China Rider 1988 from Reddit. Puka Nakua, Bo Nix, Jordan Tyson, Jacoby Lane. It's been a long time since I've pulled an auto out of a silver pack, so I'm excited. And then we get another one that's got, all right, Chris Bell, Jeremiah Love. There's a Myles Garrett out of 99. Going to the Browns, which is Seth again. Since it's numbered under 100, it gets the top loader treatment and the display. In the darkness, Joe Burrow and Amon-Ra St. Brown. All right, now we are going to take a quick pause while I sort out all of this, while I get all of this base into boxes and out of my way so that I've got space for the next half. Give me about 2-3 minutes. Go get a drink of water, go to the bathroom, do what you need to do. All right. To answer your question, Mr. Mega Bojangles, these were your two Miami cards that came out. Caden Proctor, gold out of 2026, and then a Chris Bell Mojo refractor. Now, on to the rest of the break, since we are only halfway done. Yeah, the Mojo Refractors always end up coming out kind of slick, especially if you're a fan of the if you're a fan of the 99 or 1991 style, because it's just the 1991 cards, but in chrome. I will check. I did pull a Jeremiah Love. I should probably sleeve that one, shouldn't I? Feel free, if you are watching and there is a particular card that you think that I should have sleeved that I didn't, please let me know, and I am happy to go back and sleeve some stuff. When I ship everything out, all of the inserts will be sleeved, all of the hits will be sleeved. Anything numbered under 100, short printed, is an auto or a relic. Those will be sleeved and top loaded, and all of the rookies will be sleeved, though often I will sleeve the same rookies together on occasion. The only reason I'm not sleeving a bunch of stuff while we're doing this is it slows down the break. But if there's something that passes that you would like me to sleeve, please let me know. I'm happy to go back and do it, as long as it's not an offensive amount of stopping to sleeve stuff. David Bailey, Athen Kaliakmanis, Bryce Butker, yep. Fernando Mendoza, Jordan Tyson, Jacoby Lane. These are your cards, so I'm happy to protect them how you would like. Bryce Young, 1991. Jacob Rodriguez, Dylan Dineman, Caden McDonald. Oliva Vega, Ione, Brandon Cease, Reggie Virgil. There's a Jordan Tyson, 1991. Spencer Fano, Mike Washington Jr., Derek Moore. Hey, when I ship this stuff out, if you want to pay some extra shipping costs, I will sleeve every single card that you want me to. Even Jacoby Brissett. Tyler Onyedem, Caden Proctor, Caleb Banks, Jacoby Lane, 1991. CJ Daniels, Cyrus Allen, Xavion Thomas. Say Ted Hurst is going to be a rainbow foil because there's no number on the back. Jadarian Price, Garrett Nussmeier, Mansour Delane. Then Alohi Gilman, 2025 greatest hits. Max Clare, Brendan Thompson, Chris Brazel II. Barry Brown, Eli Heidenreich, Manuel Henderson. And a George Pickens. George Pickens, big ticket player. All right, nothing in that stack. So, if we're not getting one in that stack, odds are we're getting it in the last stack, based off of prior knowledge. I'm going to assume it's a relic until we see it. Deion Burks, Carnell Tate, Nick Singleton, J.J. McCarthy, 1991. Anthony Smith, Baron Morton, Sonny Styles with a Brock Purdy rainbow foil. Caden Wetjen, Avion Terrell, Seth McGowan, and then a David Bailey, 1991. Dejan Stribling, Keldrick Falk, Chris Johnson II, Carson Beck, Makai Lemon, Omar Cooper Jr. Then we have a Hunter Henry, Divisional Dominance. Same game as that Ramon J. Stevenson. This one is... I don't know if these odds are right, because these are supposed to be 1 per case, and we have hit 3 of them. Wouldn't be the first time Topps screwed up their odd sheets. Kevin Coleman Jr., KC Concepcion, Jonah Coleman. Then there is a Chris Jones Gold border. 2/28, 2026 for any of those of you that like to collect a particular date. Kansas City is going to Sexy Man is Sexy. Cassius Howell, Davison Igbinosun. And then Arvel Reese, Conference Kings. Out of 150. Conference Kings. This is another short print. It's rarer. This is Matt Collins, again, for the Patriots. Going to Lisa Ann's stepson. Igby Nosen. Thank you. So, another short print. This one is out of 150. The base version of this is 1 in 304 packs. Suffice to say, the parallel is quite a bit less. Eli Raridan, Blake Miller, Malik Benson. Man, I saw the word Kings. I was like, ooh, but then I realized that's not the back of a baseball or of a playing card. Peter Woods, Romello Height, Lamar Jackson, 1991. Zachariah Branch, Taylon Green, Katron Allen, and then, lo and behold, we have a Carolina Panthers Field Fit Swatch. And it is a relic. Not disproving the theory that anything that's in that fourth stack is going to be a relic. Panthers going to Zaned, 09. All right, we are going to run out of room on this display case pretty soon. Who goes first? I think it's probably going to be the Roquan Smith out of 99. And then the base versions of those divisional dominance cards. And I guess Myles Garrett. Yeah. Ooh, we got a thick guy in the first stack. All right, New Orleans Saints, big ticket player, Reuben Bain Jr., Monroe Freeling. And I know, shite. I'll have to see. I think I don't have a top loader thick enough for that. Nick Singleton, Cole Payton. Then a Justin Jefferson, player profiles insert. Deion Burks, Carnell Tate. All right, here it comes. This is a Cleveland Browns. Talon Green, orange. This is the Topps Autograph Rookie Patch card. Let me see, where is my... So this one, Topps Autograph Rookie Patch card out of orange. This is 1 in 7,000 packs. And that is a very clean design. Out of... Though, it's a sticker auto, which is annoying. Browns going to Seth. Give me a sec, because I know I have a pack of large size card top loaders. It's just a matter of where they are. And I may need to get them in a bit. Until then, I'm just going to set you gently off to the side. Then once I finish this box, I guess I will, Baron Morton, Sonny Styles, I will go rummage around in my closet for just a short second so I can get the things that we need. There's another Tom Brady Ring of Honor card. Because the Pats just need more. More and more and more. Seth McGowan, Anthony Smith. Ooh, it's getting warm in here. Oh, is that? Nope. Another set of regular sleeves. Alrighty. Brennan Thompson, 1991. Then a Keishon Mbute, 2026. Once again, going to Patriots. Chris McClellan, Colby Young, Lewis Bond, Malachi Lawrence, Marion Hampton, Rainbow Foil, Skylar Bell, Chris Bell, DJ Moore, 2025 Greatest Hits, Colton Hood, Anthony Hill Jr. Yeah, maybe I'll break out my my pricing script again and start pricing teams on my own rather than relying on others. It's been less useful since 130 point kind of went down the drain. Greatest hits for Christian Benford. Arvell Reese, Kevin Coleman Jr. Cassius Howell, Davison, Igbenison. You said it. It's Ig. Where is it? Where's your pronunciation? I missed it. All right. Just going to struggle through it every single time. It's going to annoy you a little bit. You're gonna have to deal with it. Drake London, big ticket players. Blake Miller, Malik Benson. It wasn't sinful. That works for me. Joe Burrow, player profiles. Elijah Surratt, Peter Woods. Romello Height and Eli Raridan. All right, Anthony Smith, Rainbow Foil, Caden Wetjen, Avian Terrell, Drake May, player profiles, Mark Cooper Jr., Dejon Stribling. There's a Pat Certain 2025 All Tops team, like we have seen before. And that is it for that box. All right, give me 2 seconds to try and find my large size card player protection. All right, couldn't find it immediately. So in the interim, this will have to do. All right. Four more boxes. For now, I'm just going to pull these guys down proactively. So we got a little bit more space. Plus we can put the nicer looking cards a little bit lower. Now that I'm pretty sure we've gone through all the different rookie cards, I'm going to probably speed past them a little bit more. Puka Nacua 1991. Just in an effort to hopefully speed this up a little bit more. Jadarian Price 1991. That's it for stack number one. Because at this point, I feel like I'm reading the exact same names off over and over and over, so. Yeah, thus far. This is, ooh, we finally got, oh, even better. We have a canvas parallel of Barry and Brown for the New Orleans Saints. This one's numbered out of 150. It's got sort of a nice textured look to it. They've almost changed the photo so that it looks a little bit more painted. Saints are going to J Cash Daddy. Actually, really like the canvas parallels. Those and the wood ones are really cool. But I don't believe there are wood ones in this. All right, Tataroa McMillan, big ticket players. I assume I mispronounced his first name. I guess if we pull any golden mirrors, they're going to be backwards. Bo Nix, 1991. And there we go. That is a real one. Another base real one auto. This is Panay Sewell, or Sewell, going to the Detroit Lions. Detroit is going to Dr. Nicewater on Reddit. So that's the base version. As I mentioned before, the base, all of the real one autos are numbered out of, well, their print run for the base versions are 250. Well, about 3/4 of the way through this break, I'm pretty impressed with this case, at least. One of the benefits of ripping hobbies compared to jumbo is that hobbies tend to have better odds on pulling short printed inserts, and it certainly has seemed to be the case for this case thus far. All right, there is a Jason Myers All Hail the Champion insert. All Hail the Champ is a short print. 1 in 304. Of course, it is our kicker. You can just go down there with the rest of the base versions of those nifty little inserts. Of course, the downside is that you don't necessarily get the same pull rates on autos as you do Zay Flowers Rainbow Foil as you do with jumbos. Jumbos, you get that plus relic. I believe they changed it to just 1 relic, not 2 anymore. But Puka Nakua, greatest hits. But the trade-off is you get much worse pull rates on the cool inserts, which is one of the reasons why I like running these. Yes, this is the same break. Brock Bowers out of 1991. We have 12 hobby boxes to go through, and we are through 9 of them. It takes about 10 minutes per hobby box. So that puts us at an hour and a half on the break scale. Expect 2 hours for the whole case. Usually when I'm ripping these during the work week, I like to split them up into half breaks just because it lowers the entry point for people and it makes things go faster. Oh yeah, the boxes on the left, there's Garrett Nussmeier, 1991. The boxes on the left are just the ones that we broke earlier, but with the cards replaced. Keldrick Falk, Rainbow Foil. Marvin Harrison Jr., Player Profiles. Travion Henderson, Greatest Hits. And that is box number 8. Well, now we're on to box number 9. Wait. Nope, you're right. That was box number 9. Now we're on box number 10. Thank you for that correction, Gary. Yeah, maybe. We will see if all kings will come out of any of these. Alvin Kamara, big ticket players. Justin Jefferson, player profiles. Nothing else of note. Well, I do think, though, we have blown past, let's see, DJ Moore. We've gotten that greatest hits card before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we've got 8 autos thus far, so, or 7 autos. Pat Certain, Rainbow. 7 out of 9 boxes thus far is a very, very good hit rate. Saquon Barkley, 91. Malachi Fields. Oh, yeah. Fair enough. One did come out of the box loaders. Silver packs. Well, maybe they'll make up for it being a relic box with... There we go. There's a wild card insert. Let's see. Wild card moments out of 174. So that's a short print. Again, who is it for? It is for the Pats. All right, Colston Loveland, rainbow foil. Brian Thomas Jr., player profiles. Joe Burrow, 1991. And let's see what kind of relic we are getting in this stack. Sorry, man. Love to pull you some heat. Also, the way I've been pulling these out, it's usually the top pack. There's Drake May, gold. Jeremy Bernard, 91. Justin Herbert, 2025 All Tops Team insert. Then we have a 1991 relic. This one is Jacoby Lane for the Ravens. Ravens are saving step from Reddit. Relics get the top row unless you've got an autograph. All right, box number 10. Done. 2 more boxes plus silver packs. And we will be out. Nope. Sideways card. Fooled me. CD Lamb, 1991. Denzel Boston, 91. Denzel came out of UW. Yep. Caleb Douglas, 1991. Rainbow foil for Spencer Fano. Jordan Davis, 2025 Greatest Hits. All right, is it going to be a relic box or an auto box? Relic box or an auto box? It is going to be a relic box. Terry McLaurin. Big ticket players. I mean, if we're being honest, I don't know. You'd have to do some. You've got to do some research on all of these Pats hits for what the going price is, because right now it feels like the winner is Say Word with just the Sean Taylor touchdown pull. If we're going on return. Jonathan Taylor, 1991. Jalen McMillan, another UW guy, rainbow foil. Cade Klubnik, 1991. I haven't pulled a golden mirror either. Jamar Chase, big ticket players. Can confirm, Gary. Took a peek at that first pack. That's where the relics have all been. First pack, top left. I'm going to pull the base out from behind just so that it... Last card will be the relic. All right, Travion Henderson, gold. Myles Garrett, player profiles. One thing I will note is that if you've got cards in your shipment that the total worth is going to be over $100, you're going to want to talk to me about potentially adding insurance on top. Jordan Love, 1991. This is Fitfield Swatch. Not a nine. It's not a Pat, but it is a Niner. Ricky Pearsall. Yeah, that was more directed at our Pat's Niners buyer and our Commanders buyer. And hey, collecting is not all about the gambling aspect. Bring it back to your childhood. Enjoy collecting cards of the players that you like. Yeah, I know. Only way they're going in a white envelope is if you decide to decline all your base. Otherwise, you will get a bubble mailer with tracking and you will like it. Monra, St. Brown, 1991. Oh, shoot. I stuffed a whole bunch of base cards into my 91 stack. Ooh, here we go. It's a nice card variation for Barry Brown, who's now hit 2 different card variations. This one is the team logo border. So team color border, that's 1 in 480 packs. So that's 1 in every 2 cases. Emmett Johnson, 91. Gary, you caught what I saw, huh? We're going to end up with straight 1-to-1. Which, again, better than, let's see, Jacoby Lane 91. Better than what you're likely to get out of baseball product, honestly. Caleb Downs, Rainbow Foil. At least in my experience. Kenneth Gainwell, greatest hits. Should do one of those is a Jonathan Taylor. Big ticket player. Should do one of those Reddit threads of ripping a box a day until I hobby box a day until I hit an all kings. If anybody wants to sponsor that. Yeah, only real way to get them at retail is by ordering them through Tops. Nico Collins 91. It's very frustrating. Though it seems like there's a Devin Witherspoon rainbow foil. It seems like they've fixed some of the it's a lot easier. It's been easier getting product recently than it was for like 6 months. Casey Concepcion 91. Because for a while there, as you put something in your bag, it disappears and you don't get anything. We've got an orange foil, Fred Warner. Once again, guess who it's going to? That one's going to the Niners, which is Lisa Ann's stepson. Let's see. Who do I replace? Darian Brown can double up with himself. Josh Allen, big ticket players. All right, last chance for an All Kings. Oh, baby. Nope. The silver pack is just the mojos, their parallels, and their auto variations. Chuba Hubbard, gold for the Panthers. Panthers, I feel like, are quietly having a pretty good break. That one's going to Zained. Tyler Warren, 2025 All Tops team. Geno Smith. Oh, this is not a rainbow foil. This is an aqua rainbow foil. Yeah, aqua rainbow foil, which, if the odd sheets are to believe, is a short print. 1 in 1,000. 1 in 1,000. Okay, well, 1 in 1,000 packs. That seems kind of insane. Jets are going to China Rider, 1988. Jaden Daniels, 1991. Then we have a Jackson Dart Field Fit swatch. Nothing has really changed on the Miami front. Once we get through these silver packs, what I usually will do at the very end is I will run through any of the big hits of the day. So if anybody doesn't want to watch through 2 straight hours of this, they can get the Cliff Notes. All right, Ted Hurst, Mike Washington Jr. All right, well, last time, the backwards card was an auto. There's Jaden Daniels, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then we've got a gold, so that's going to be out of 50. That's a Browns helmet. It is a KC Concepcion gold auto out of 50. The Cleveland Browns going to Seth. Also, I think quietly having a very, very good break. Xavier Thomas, Dylan Tyneman. Then we've got a purple, Antonio Williams. This one's out of 75. This one is going to say word. And Nico Collins, Jackson Dart. Hey, Keldrick Falk, Sonny Styles, Kaleon Black, Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford. Taylon Green, Katron Allen, Elijah Surratt, Josh Allen, Luther Burden III. Elijah Surratt, Kendrick Law, and we've got a David Bailey out of 199, so that's the Aqua parallel. Lamar Jackson and J.J. McCarthy. And our last silver pack, Denzel Boston, Caleb Douglas, Cade Klubnik, Garrett Wilson, and Brian Thompson Jr. All right, I want to thank everybody for participating. I will run through the hits, and then you all are welcome to go. I mean, you're welcome to go now if you want. But if you weren't able to pay attention to the whole thing, I'm gonna run through all the hits right about now. All right, short prints can go on the back. All right, everything that I'm going through now is either numbered under, is either short printed, numbered under 100, a relic, or an auto. Okay, we have Kayshawn Boot, I don't know, wild card. Moments, we have a All Hail the Champion card for Jason Myers, Divisional Dominance for Puka Nacua, Divisional Dominance for Hunter Henry, a Roquan Smith green foil board, green rainbow foil board out of 99, a Myles Garrett green Mojo refractor out of 99, a Geno Smith aqua rainbow foil, which apparently is 1 in 1,000 packs, Antonio Williams purple Mojo refractor out of 75, a green divisional dominance card out of 99 for Ramondre Stevenson, Fred Warner orange rainbow foil out of 25, 2 different Barry and Brown cards numbered out, one's numbered out of 50, that is the canvas, and then we have the team border variation, which is unnumbered, but is a short printed variation. Then we've got our relics. We've got Luther Burden III for the Bears. That is the NFL material card. We've got a field fit swatch for Drake May, a field fit swatch for Bryce Young, a 1991 relic of Jacoby Lane, a field fit swatch of Jackson Dart, a field fit swatch of Ricky Pearsall. Then for our autos, we have an Omar Cooper Jr. green Mojo refractor out of 99, a Penei Sewell real 1 auto, a Demond Claiborne real 1 auto, a Casey Concepcion gold refractor auto, Mojo refractor auto, a Quinshon Judkins blue NFL Stars auto, an Antoine Wells Jr. green 1991 auto out of 99, that blue one was out of 150, a Talon Green Topps autograph rookie patch card out of 25, a Cameron Hayward 1991 base auto, and then we've got a couple of very short printed cards. We've got a Mac Hollins Conference Kings blue out of 150, and then a Sean Taylor touchdown card. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me. As I mentioned, I'm going to be doing another break of jumbos soon. Probably will be announcing it sometime next week. I'm also going to be on vacation starting tomorrow, so my shipping is going to be delayed a bit. Once I get everything sorted and sent out, and packaged up, I will send out payment requests from everybody, for everybody. Once you pay pay me. I will ship your cards out. If you do not want all of your base, please let me know. I am happy to sort out any cards you do not want, and any cards you don't want are just going to go straight into Halloween packs that I give away to trick-or-treaters. So, have a great one, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye.